My name is Seamus Cotter. I'm here today to share a little of my cancer story with you. I'm from the west of Ireland, and prior to 2016, I was a busy father of three and a middle-level manager in the aviation industry. Generally, my health was good, but looking back, I was always too busy at other things to exercise properly. I had noticed that when I climbed a couple of flights of stairs, that I was probably more breathless than I should have been. But I was a busy man. Then in early 2016, I suffered a bout of something called phlebitis in one of my legs, which caused the veins to swell. Following a course of antibiotics, the issue resolved itself in a week or so, and I carried on with life. After what seemed to take forever, I was called back by an oncologist. He told me that I had stage 4 lung cancer. And as you can imagine, both my wife and I broke down right there in his office. We both knew that the prognosis for any lung cancer at that time was not very good. Needless to say, at the time, there was no other options, so I was happy to sign the consent forms and participate in the trial. The worst case would be that even if the trial wasn't successful for me, its results would lead to further advances in lung cancer treatment for other patients. While this trial had several arms of immunotherapy and chemotherapy, I was put on 2 immunotherapy drugs. Until then, I didn't really know what immunotherapy was. And it was explained to me that it puts your immune system into overdrive, which is a state where it can recognize and kill the cancer. This explanation is still the best explanation that I've heard for immunotherapy over the years. Being on a clinical trial was a real eye-opener. The treatment I received was first class, with clinical trial nurses checking in with me every time I visited the hospital. And anytime I had a concern, it was dealt with immediately. I went to the hospital every 2 weeks for the infusion of the immunotherapy, and I was monitored very closely. Every so often, I also had to complete health questionnaire for the trial, as the clinical trial team kept meticulous records throughout. Although I stayed on the trial treatment for the full 2 years, my CT scans began showing a positive effect of the treatment after just a couple of scans, and no evidence of disease after only 8 months. In the first year of the trial, I suffered a number of serious adverse events from hyperthyroidism and then hypothyroidism onto meningitis, and most seriously, adrenal insufficiency, or Addison's disease as it's called. Addison's disease is a rare condition where the adrenal gland does not produce sufficient cortisol for day-to-day control of the metabolism. It is so serious that I need to wear a medical alert bracelet like this and stay close to an injection kit in case of an emergency. While I'm, of course, eternally grateful for the clinical trial and the immunotherapy treatment, life goes on, but not as it was. I have to be mindful every day of the side effects of the immunotherapy and what I need to do to stay well while living with them. As a result of my experiences, I have worked with Cancer Trials Ireland, the European Medicines Agency, the International Association for the Study of Lung Cancer, and the European Lung Foundation, along with others, as an advocate on a wide variety of topics. One of the achievements that I am most proud of is that with fellow patients, carers, and researchers, we have founded the first support group for lung cancer patients in Ireland called the Irish Lung Cancer Community, or the ILCC. It is generally accepted that patients treated at hospitals that participate in clinical trials seem to receive better quality of care and seem to have significantly better outcomes than patients treated at hospitals that do not participate in clinical trials. If I am ever asked by someone newly diagnosed with cancer for advice, my best advice is to ask your doctor or oncologist if there is a suitable clinical trial available anywhere for you.